You guys, I just recorded my 73rd podcast episode, and I recognize that you guys haven't seen 73 podcast episodes yet, but I have recorded 73 podcast episodes, and it is just blowing my mind. Like, that's something that I had this little baby project in my mind has come to fruition over so many different things. And, with or without the equipment that we need, like right now, I'm not using my little microphone, which I have a little microphone that I use. I'm not using all my fancy equipment, and I don't have fancy equipment. There are people who get paralyzed forever because they're like, oh, I need to have all the equipment to be able to do this thing. Or what would I even talk about? And what I have found is by just doing it, by just saying, like, one of the things that today I talked to Karen Yankovich, who is a LinkedIn specialist, and she was saying, well, why not? Is her, advice, that the best advice that she's been given. And that's the thing, is like, well, why not? You know what I mean? Like, you think you don't know what to talk about. You don't know what to say when you go live, just do it. Just hop on here. Like, you never know what you're going to say that's going to impact somebody. You think you might not have enough relevant content to make a blog or a podcast, or you don't know the ins and outs of editing. Well, guess what? Neither did I. And I chose my route to do it was I immediately found somebody in the Philippines to edit for me, because I knew that that wasn't going to be what I wanted to do, that I immediately was going to want to pass that off to somebody else. But there are people who just figure it out, and like for a show like mine where there's such light editing, I really could probably do it myself, but I just don't want to. And so I know my strengths, I know my weaknesses, I know the things that I like and don't like to do. And so why not, Um, content. Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior. Like, I cannot even keep up with the amount of content that I can share with you guys, because there are so many amazing people that I meet every day who have so many amazing things to say and share, that I want to bring them all in to share with you about their areas of expertise, and then have a conversation, like break it down. How does that connect with my life? How might that connect with your life? And like this conversation that we had today, we were talking about LinkedIn. Maybe LinkedIn doesn't sound very exciting to you, but if you're in business or you're a professional, it should sound exciting to you, because it is the place to be in terms of getting your message out there, creating a personal brand, creating a space where people know who you are and how you show up in the business world. It's absolutely necessary. I also don't want to be distracted by the fact that I have fabulous lipstick on, and this lipstick is brought to you by Kat St. John, who recommended this lipstick to me. And that, just like, take a moment to look at how fabulous the little lipstick thing is. It is crazy. It's little lips. And yeah, it's crazy. So I was like, is it a little too much? It's like 7 o'clock in the morning. And then I was like, you know what? Let it be a little too much. Riah Gonzalez, sometimes I'm a little too much. I've got my like blinged out plunder stuff going on. I don't know. Whatever. The point is, just do it. Be a little too much. Say a little too much. You know, if you think you can't do it, you can do it. Ask for help. If it's a podcast, if it's a blog, if it's a business, if it's a side hustle, if it is a hobby, one of my very, very best friends, Katie Van Wy, she is super passionate about making indigenous beaded earrings. And so that's something that she's dabbling into and wanting to do more of, because she wants to connect with her heritage. I say just friggin' do it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever you are really into, my daughters are into melty beads and gaming. Currently my middle daughter is like a rising star on Twitch for streaming. So we have that going on here. And, you know, the bottom line is you have very little to lose except for your pride. And your pride is really worthless anyways. So don't let your pride stand in the way of the opportunities that could come from just jumping in. And this is spoken from somebody who is risk averse, who is scared of being embarrassed, who is scared of um, having somebody be disappointed in them or for losing face. And I put myself into business almost 3 years ago, and I'm still here. And I lead a team, and some days I wake up and I think, how am I leading a team? You know, I have met some of the most amazing people because I have taken my fear and said, F you. I have taken all the excuses and said, no more. I have gotten out of bed when I don't want to get out of bed. I've caffeinated myself, thrown my hair in a ponytail, and said, let's do this. And so I'm just saying, whatever it is for you today, whether that's a walk, an extra glass of water, which Kira Whittam would probably appreciate, you know, whether that be thinking about creating an online course, whether that be a phone call to a loved one that you haven't talked to in a long time, or an email or a message to somebody that you've been scared to reach out to, whether that be a LinkedIn connection request to somebody who seems a little above your pay grade, whatever it might be, just do it. Do it today and see what happens. And then I want you to come back and I want you to comment and let me know what you did, how the results went. You don't even have to tell me what you do. Just say, hey, I did it and I got past my fear. And that's the most important thing. I just wanted to encourage you guys today and let you know that I started way back when in July of 2019. And here we are. It is March of 2021. And I have 73 recorded episodes of a podcast. 73. These aren't little 5-10 minute episodes. They're 30 to 40, sometimes longer episodes. But I have met some of the coolest people because I have taken my pride and I have said, why not? Why not me? Why not now? Why not this? So I would encourage you to do the same today too. So happy whatever day it is, guys. Love ya. Bye.